So friends, in the last video, we started reading the chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, namely contents of Gita summarized. We saw that in this chapter, the major texts would be recited by Lord Sri Krishna, who will be imparting the timeless knowledge about life to Arjuna. It would be a very crucial conversation between Arjuna and Krishna, wherein Arjuna posed different challenges haunting his mind regarding fighting the battle, and Krishna, one by one, enlightens Arjuna and cleanses all his misunderstandings. Let's go through the texts 4 to 7 today and see their conversation further. Text 4. Arjuna Uvach Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubhi Pratyotsyami Ujarhav Arisudana. Arjuna said, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? So respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather Ugrasen or his teacher Sandipan Muni? These were some of the arguments by Arjuna to Krishna. Text 5. Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan ashreyo bhoktum bhakshyam apih loke hatvartha kamams tu gurun iheva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. It is better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though they are avaricious, they are nonetheless superiors. If they are killed, our spoils will be tainted with blood. According to scriptural codes, teacher who engages in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial considerations. Under these circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. Let's see text 6. Na chaitad vidma kataran na gharyo yad va jayme yadi va no jayeyu yan eva hatva na jiji vishamas te avasthita pramukhe dharata rashtra. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. The sons of Dhritarashtra, whom if we killed we should not care to live, are now standing before us on this battlefield. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessary violence, although fighting is the duty of the Kshatriyas, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence. Nor was there any certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of defeat for them. All these considerations by Arjuna definitely proved that he was not only a great devotee of the Lord, but that he was also highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous, as these qualities, combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge, and without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. Arjuna was competent in all these attributes, over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. Text 7. Karpanya doshopahata swabhava prachamitvam dharma samuddha cheta yach shreyashyan nishchitam bruhai tanme sishyasteham sadhi mam tvam prapanam. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not, therefore, remain in material perplexities but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the Ganga Upanishad, the perplexed man is described as follows: Yova etad aksharam gargi avidit vasmal lokat praiti sa kripana. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits this world like the cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is a most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is the Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. The Kripanas or miserly persons waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. in the material conception of life. One is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members on the basis of skin disease. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexity. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still on account of miserly weakness he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious, and now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself, and yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's within and without, and one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So friends, this marks the end of chapter 7. A lot of serious stuff today. We see that as Krishna spoke to Arjuna in the verses 1 to 3, in the verses we saw today, Arjuna is putting some more arguments about why he should not be fighting this battle. He says that his teachers like Drona and Bhishma are superior to him, and even though they chose the wrong side due to ill motivations, they should not be fought against. He is aware that he is overpowered with the miserly weakness. A miser is a person who does not solve the main problems of life even after getting a human body, and ultimately dies just like cats and dogs. But even being aware of that, Arjuna feels complete weakness and turns helplessly to Krishna to guide him. So, in the upcoming videos, we'll see what further queries does Arjuna have and how Krishna responds to Arjuna's queries and further clears these confusions. Friends, the knowledge we are hearing is timeless knowledge, and even a fraction of this eternal truth, if applied to our daily lives, would make us a better and a happier person than we already are. If you are tuning into my channel for the first time, do watch the intro video by clicking on the link above and also go through the earlier chapter videos. If you like watching my videos, do share them and subscribe to the channel to get regular notifications. See you in the next video.